And everybody pumped up to see that man, Roberto Duran, try and win his 4th title, and to see if Iran, the Blade Barkley, can defend his WBC crown the first time. And Gil, we expect Barkley to be very aggressive early, and it looks like he is.
And Roberto Duran is going to have to make Barkley miss and counter and move to the side the way he just did then. In and out. Throw his combinations and get out of there. And that may be easier said than done.
Iran Barkley at 28 has never been thought of as a great ring technician, but he probably has better skills than people are willing to give him credit for. He certainly has power, and that's what he hopes will be useful to him tonight against Durán, a man who, after all, still is coming up from 135 pounds when he started.
There's that counter by Roberto Duran. Make the other guy miss and counter. And you know, Al, they say there's so much bad blood between these two guys.
Some good movement as well. And he's going to the body. You said earlier today when we were talking, you thought Iran Barkley should test the body of Durán, and he's starting to do that.
Well, as I said, if I was training Iran Barkley, he'd be throwing punches at nothing but that body. The head would take care of itself, because Roberto was too slick, just too slick to hit on the head.
Durán lands the right, is knocked off balance. Whether he was hurt, we don't know. It's a 20-foot ring, but they're not using much of it. Barkley, the 28-year-old from the Bronx, who beat Thomas. Oh, big right hand, staggers Barkley.
Barkley is hurt. He is hurt, no question about that.
Big title matches in recent years, but he's off to a good start in this one. Good right hand by Barkley, but it does not move Durán back. This one will be warfare.
Good body punches by Barkley, and there's another one. Little short left hook by Roberto.
You can see the fire of Iran Barkley coming out now, but Durán not backing up. Terrific body shots by Barkley. My, is he going downstairs well. Halfway through round 2, and this fight is all that it was billed as. Durán going downstairs.
Durán is looking to throw that right hand over that left hand of Barkley's again, though.
And you know what? Iran Barkley doing a better job of covering up on the inside than some people are used to seeing from him. He's using his strength to push Durán back. Excellent uppercut by Barkley. Overhand right, but the left hook gets there by Durán. And a right hand by Roberto. Barkley's body attack has been superb, and he's also shown us an excellent jab.
And he doubles up that jab now.
Well, it's in vogue to denigrate the boxing skills of Iran Barkley and talk mostly about his power and his courage, but he's showing us more of the boxing skills tonight.
And you can also watch Barkley do a stutter step with his feet. He's feinting with his feet. There's that right hand again. But Barkley answered with a good short left.
Barkley's been on the mat before. Michael Lajide had him there. He lost to Robbie Sims by knockout in a wild affair. And Hearn certainly punished him, but he comes back when he's hurt. And you see it here.
Good jab by Roberto Duran.
Probably his best jab of the fight so far. Master boxer Sambu Kalambai thwarted his efforts to win a title before.
Body shots again by Barkley.
But right now, the body work, as you said, of Barkley, a real important counter right over a lazy jab by Barkley, but he smiles at Roberto Duran. Some gamesmanship. Good hook by Barkley. But I tell you, Iran Barkley is committed to that body work, and it is really paying dividends for him so far in this bout.
Duran is going to have to use that right hand a little more.
Barkley pushing him off. Oh my. Combinations on the inside by both men. The right lands
again.
again.
Right hand again, and Barkley Barkley wobbled a little bit then.
That right hand hurt Iran Barkley, but when you hurt him, he seems to be more dangerous. It's been his track record. What a war. Uppercut in the inside by Barkley.
Watch him head. Watch him head.
Those are those short little combinations that Duran has to throw, but then he has to spin out and get out of there. He can't wait for the receipt.
Iran Barkley has followed his game plan perfectly, and yet Duran very competitive because he's so clever throwing those counter right hands. We talked about the cuts, nothing like that developing over the eyes of Iran Barkley. He's got to be very heartened by that at this point.
Well, I wouldn't like to see either fighter get cut, Al.
No, and it's very good because there was the concern over Barkley cutting.
Al, this could be the round. It could be the big turning point in the fight because they're just staying there. Mano a mano, I guess. Huh?
Oh, what a right by Duran. They are both landing big shots. Who will go? Duran is now stunned. This was later in the round when Duran had his moments.
You know, they talk about Duran having hands of stone. He's got a chin of stone. He got to hit some good shots right on the button.
Let's go. Check us out. Come on, let's go.
Boy, it must seem like deja vu. Round 4 is over. Scheduled for 12 for the WBC Middleweight Championship that now rests with Iran Barkley. Duran seeking his 4th world title.
Big right hand by Barkley, and it did not faze Roberto Duran.
And it was followed by an excellent uppercut. Iran Barkley is landing major league punches and Duran's going nowhere. And now Duran countering well.
Two solid right hands by Duran. You know, this fight may wind up being who's the better catcher, not who's the better pitcher.
They're both pitching and they're both catching. Great body shot by Barkley.
Work at it.
A strong jab by Iran Barkley. Everything's landing now just about. That's the difference between Duran now and maybe 8 years ago. He never would have been hit with this many punches, but he's taking them. You see the sneer from Duran.
I just don't believe this man.
It's astonishing he's taking these punches from Barkley because, let me tell you folks, Iran Barkley is a good middleweight puncher. No, he's an excellent middleweight puncher. Big right on the inside by Barkley.
Good combination, a left hook, right hand. And Roberto, as you say, is doing a lot of catching, but he hasn't been wobbled.
Ironically, Barkley is probably following their game plan to a T, and yet Duran is still there. I'm sure they thought if he did all this, Duran would fold. We're in round 5, and it's been fought at a torrid pace right from the first round. Duran going to the body. As we conclude round 5 again, the crowd picks up the chant of Duran's name. Big right by Duran. It's likely that Barkley is ahead on the scoring. I would think he is, and yet Roberto Duran's had some very fine moments in this bout.
But you see, what Barkley's been doing is working the entire 3 minutes, and Roberto is throwing beautiful, showy combinations, but not enough of them, in my opinion.
The judges, we might remind you, Tommy Kazmarek from the U.S., Giuseppe Ferrari from Italy, and Dave Brown from Canada.
Barkley works and works.
He's been the more active of the two. And along the way, boy, there have been some ups and downs for him. And of course, he fluctuates in weight so badly. Back in October, Roberto Duran may have weighed as much as 190 pounds. And look at him now, he's 156, obviously in great fighting shape. A lot of offense shown.
This round has been all Barkley up to this point, though, Al.
Yeah, he's throwing more combinations, working the body, still using that jab effectively. And so if we thought he was tired after the last round, he's shown us a second wind here. And now Duran pushing his punches a little bit. Barkley digging to the body as he has been throughout this bout. Great cut man also here tonight, working with some of the Olympians. He did a good job of closing it. Round 7 action. Set for 12. The WBC Middleweight Championship. The champion Iran Barkley ripping.
Good left hook by Roberto Duran.
Durán landing on the inside, so is Barkley. And if they took a little time off in the 6th, although Barkley certainly didn't, Durán came out hard here in the 7th. Could this be his last stand in this bout?
He's so smart, though, inside. Barkley just fires, but Duran knows what he's doing. He moves around.
What a hook by Barkley.
And a good right hand by Duran.
The fact that Barkley is cranking up those hooks and landing like that, and Durán is not being staggered, really is amazing.
Well, as I say, this may wind up being the guy who can catch better. What beautiful boxing.
He's a master of defense. That's always been one of his trademarks. Excellent right hand. That one stunned Barkley, I think.
Barkley answered with a vicious left hook to the body, and Duran came back. He's nailing Barkley with some big punches now, Al.
What an uppercut by Barkley after Durán hit him with big shots. Nothing is phasing Roberto Duran. What a double left hook by Barkley. Duran holding on.
He's hurt, Al. First time in a fight, he's really hurt.
Good example here.
Let's take a look now. Ooh, 2 left hooks right on the button.
Can he weather this storm? Durán is hurt. He was hurt with 2 left hooks.
He's blowing now, Barkley.
Why not? Oh, right hand again by Durán over a very lazy jab by Barkley. Nothing comes easy to Iran Barkley, and it's not coming easy tonight.
Watch your heads inside.
Right misses by Barkley. 3 straight left hooks by Barkley, 2 to the body and 1 to the head, and Durán still responds. Good short left hook by Barkley. Oh, that hurt him. Durán in trouble from the left hook.
There you go. He made Duran miss. Came back with that left hook.
And that wasn't a wide left hook. That was a very short punch.
Good snapping move. There he made a miss. And back with that left hook. Everything but his heart is in trouble, Al. Look at this Duran fire back.
Can Barkley take him out? Durán doing a wonderful job of tying him up on the inside and slipping punches and landing his own uppercut.
He's so smart, Al. He knows inside he's protecting himself, relaxing, trying to clear his head.
If there is a smarter fighter around than Roberto Duran, it would be unlikely. The Barkley left hook has been such a good weapon the last 2 rounds, and that one really stunned Duran, but Roberto is surviving so far.
You know, I just never count Roberto Duran out, but it looks to me like he's pushing his punches now, Al.
He's lost something, that's for sure. Again, the hook by Barkley.
But a nice move before the hook. Stepped over to the right, came back with the hook. Barkley's shown me a lot of improvement as a fighter tonight. Win or lose.
Perhaps Iran Barkley's best effort, you could make the case.
I would absolutely have to say so.
Against an obviously rejuvenated Duran.
And Barkley made Duran miss that time and then nailed Duran with the left hook.
Good body work by Barkley. He is remembering his game plan. Keeping his poise and still doing the things that have made him effective in this bout.
Then a little step over to the right now. There it is again by Barkley. Getting an angle on Roberto.
Big right by Barkley, but Duran lands his own right. Again, the body work by Barkley. And the uppercut. He's shown us almost every punch in his arsenal tonight. And still, Duran will not fall. Barkley suffered a little bit of a cut over the left eye. He's got some swelling under the left eye.
There's that little dance step. And he's painting with his feet.
He has a right to. He's probably far ahead, wouldn't you agree?
Well, yes, I would have to say that this is a tough fight, and it's a fight that you have to watch because anything can happen. But point-wise, I have Barkley comfortably ahead.
Will the reputation of Roberto Duran mean anything to the judges, though? A question to be asked.
That's what gave me gray hair when I was managing and training fighters. It's not supposed to mean anything, you know?
But then remember the judge that had Sugar Ray Leonard 7 points ahead against Hagler at the end of that fight.
wasn't that the judge that Hagler's people selected?
Yes, amazingly so. Good right by Duran.
There's not as much snap on Duran's punch now, though.
You're right, he's pushing it more. Halfway through the 9th round, scheduled for 10. Right hand by Barkley, but Duran comes with his own left hook.
Come on, work out of there. Come on, work out of
I
there.
just get the sense somehow that Duran can take a better punch right at this moment in the fight than Iran Barkley. If Duran landed a big clean punch.
Alien territory to him, but he's still got his fans, as you've heard throughout this bout.
And they came through the snowstorm to be here.
I bet you they did, to fill this arena. Little reminiscent of the right eye of Davey Moore when Duran fought him in '83. But the difference here is that Barkley has done much better work in this bout and is probably ahead, but it could be academic the way they're wailing away.
It almost looks as if Roberto Duran has got a second or third win. Where he got it from, I don't know.
I haven't a clue. And that was a punch that was dormant early in the fight, but now Duran getting it cranked up.
There's that right hand. And another one on a left hook.
And when he does that, Barkley reverts to his old form and wails away, which makes him even more susceptible to get hit with the counter punch. It's been a good 10th round for Duran. He cannot be underestimated, even at 37. I guess he's proven that to him.
All right, break out, break out.
He's proven to me again that he's one of the greatest fighters that ever lived.
All right, break out, please. Break out, break out.
Again, the overhand right in a round in which, like the 9th, Duran has done some excellent work. Good right by Barkley, and there's the jab re-emerging of Iran Barkley. Good right hand on the inside by Duran. It's been a remarkably clean fight from Duran. No headbutting, no elbows, but
Big
boy,
right
there
hand
have
by
been
Duran
rights.
again.
All right, break out, please. Break out.
There have been those, and round 10, a huge round for Duran.
Come on, hit the down, down. Take it off, down.
Again, the body work of Barkley by a left hook.
Now, Duran threw that right hand with bad intentions. He had about as much snap on that as he's had on any right hand in the earlier rounds.
Ironically, after he was hurt in the 8th, Duran started his comeback in the 9th round, and in the last 3 has been excellent.
And now Barkley's back to that body again and back up to the head. You can't try to outthink Duran. He has to outbomb him, is what he has to do.
Hit the down, down. Let the head inside. Keep him in.
We're in the 11th. It's a 12-rounder, and it may go. Good hook downstairs by Barkley, and the jab, but nothing is phasing Duran right now.
Except that Barkley is scoring in this round, Al.
Hasn't been a bad round for Iran. We're halfway through. Who will win the second part of this round?
There's Duran setting to throw that right hand. I can see it from here.
He's looking for the lazy jab of Barkley. They trade hooks. The left eye of
Iran
Barkley.
Barkley. The left eye is almost closed, and he is showing signs of weariness. No question about that. There's a right hand and a left hook by Duran, and another big right hand by Duran.
Barkley may not be seeing the right hand, and yes, Duran is nailing him with it. They want Barkley on the inside, where he isn't going to be hit with that overhand right. Big right by Barkley. But again, the right by Barkley's in trouble. He's hurt. He's down. First knockdown of the fight.
There's that first right hand. There's the left hook, another right hand. And there's the big one, and down he goes. Right on the button.
Combinations from this 37-year-old in the 11th round.
I don't see how Barkley can recover from these shots and come back in this next round. We're talking about a surgeon operating on somebody. There's a surgeon for you. That he could get this fight.
And again, the right hand bounces off Barkley's head. Remember, they told Barkley the longer the fight goes, the better it is for us. It hasn't worked out that way. There's not been a bad beginning in the 12th round for Barkley. This has been a fight of twists and turns.
Well, you have to watch the end of this round. I'm sure Roberto Duran has a good plan for the end of this round.
That's the part he wants to win. He's landing right hands again.
He hurt Barkley again.
Now remember, even if he wins this round, there's no guarantee Duran will win a decision, but he'll be right there.
Oh, he down out here. Come on, work out there.
Early, Barkley was very effective. Duran started to come back in the middle rounds, especially by the 9th.
Combination by Duran. All 3 punches landed. There's that big. Look at Barkley's legs. Doesn't have a leg under him. And look at Duran now. Dancing around, playing.
The jab by Barkley. Can Duran afford to dance around, though? It's been a round that's very close. And the fight may be in the balance with only a little more than 20 seconds left. Barkley with the jab, and that's his best punch right now because he's pushing the hook in the right hand. It'll end, and it will be a classic war. Big right hand by Duran. This has been extraordinary.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. Dave Brown scores the bout 116 to 113 for Barkley.
Iran Barkley, 116-113.
Giuseppe Ferrari scores it 118-112 for Durán.
What a big display.
Wow.
Tommy Kazmarek scores it 116 to 112 for the winner and new